What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome back to another chest video. As a matter of fact, this year we'll be making a ton of chest videos because I want to get my bench to 140 kgs. Oh, I'm sorry, 160 kgs because I've already did one rep for 140 for this year, last month actually. And you see like how I'm setting up my bench. Please don't ever do it like this. It's very, very dangerous. It's not advisable for you to do it. I'm only doing it because the bench is super small and it's like low to the ground. You know what I mean? So the weight kind of helps it to be elevated per se. It's not advisable to do it, but I do it because before I do any type of heavy benching, I always like warm up my shoulders because when I'm on the bench and when I'm squeezing like my scapular, I feel like my shoulders are activated. Like I feel much more in tune with my shoulders. And also I don't want to have shoulder problems because benching heavy weights like requires a lot of like shoulder movement and shoulder stability as well. So yeah, it's very important to warm up. I used to not to warm up. Like for real, I never really did warm ups up until recently, and I'm enjoying the whole process behind it because once I'm warmed up, ooh, boy, we're ready. We're ready to go. Also, what I love to do as well is kind of like warm up my back as well. And I do that like by doing pull ups, honestly, because your back is kind of like your foundation of a house in that analogy. Because when you take the weight off the rack and you are pressing it and you are lifting it, it's basically pushing your body to the bench. So now your back is like the platform for the weight. And honestly, it feels good when you're warmed up and it becomes like super easy to just like bench. And when I like start like benching, I always go lighter. And my light weight in terms of the bench is like 80 kgs. And I respect like the 80 kgs because for me or for somebody else, the 80 kgs is heavy. So I respect the weight in that essence. You know what I mean? Because I understand that I could be in somebody else's shoes and this could be way heavy. So I respect that weight in that essence. And also it's really it's really nice. It feels good on the chest as a warm up. You know what I mean? So like I take time warming up, but I don't take as much time. If I feel like I'm ready for the next heavy set, that's what I do. Just like now, I'm going to put like the extra 220s, and we're going to bench like 100 in the next set. So basically I'm starting like my heavy sets because I feel warmed up already. My shoulders are warmed up, my back, everything is ready. So we can get to benching like the 100 kgs in that sense, and it feels good. It feels really, really good. And because I'm going light because I haven't been benching for a while, so I'm taking it very easy. I don't want to hurt myself, like very easy. So this other guy, he said like something very profound. He was like, "Yo, you need to start wearing straps, when you lift." Because I never used straps a lot, honestly. And then he was like, when you put like 120 kgs or 200 kgs on the bar, you're putting that on your wrists and on your ligaments as well. So ever since that day, I bought like a shit ton of equipment. Whether it's like my elbow straps, my knee straps, my bra, everything. Because not coming back to the gym is like one of the worst things that could happen to you when you get injured. Like I hate it so bad. And between grad school and like going back between different jobs, losing one and getting another and losing it again, it will stress you out. But the gym is kind of like therapy for all of that. And I appreciate the gym in that essence, in that manner. You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for the gym, I don't think I will be in the mental state that I am. But then now that I'm back from my hiatus, if you will, I'm just taking everything lightly and I'm just like easily going back to who I was before like all the stuff happened, and I'm just trying to be in a positive mental state, and I don't have to like worry all the time and just like constantly going through my thoughts. I'm just going to bench and get ready for the powerlifting meet during the year, and I think I'll be ready for that when the time comes, because I've been relaxing, but it is what it is. But I'll be ready. You can bet that. And you see the straps, bro. These elbow straps, like they are so difficult to put in, but honestly, they one of the best ones on the market. You know what I mean? And now they are loose, a little bit loose, because I'm smaller than how I used to be in the past months, because I was literally out of the gym for like a couple of months, but I was still going here and there, but not consistently is what I'm saying. But yeah, it feels good. I was so scared that the 120 was gonna be heavy, which is crazy, because I always start with the 80 kgs, and then to the 110, the 115s, the 120, and then the 135s. So today I just went from 100 kgs to 120. So that's that's a PR in itself, I guess you could say that. But yeah, I mean, I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling really good, and I love how like my body is responding like positively to everything. So it's so cool, and I love it. So the 135s were kind of crazy, because I wanted to do like 3 or 2, because I thought I could go for like more 2 reps or like 3 reps, honestly. But I could feel with the 120s that I just did prior to the 135s that I could not take like 2 more reps with like 135s, because it's really heavy, you know what I mean? And the thing about it is, uh it's heavy in a sense of I haven't been like benching for a while, so now my motor functions are all over the place, and I'm scared. Well, a little bit scared, because my I haven't been benching so much, so like it's like I'm forcing myself to get back into that state where like I've been benching heavy, and I'm trying my best, honestly, you know what I mean? But 1 rep for just today was enough for me, honestly. It was enough, because I didn't think that I would take it. It's like the moment you expect like horrible things to happen to you, the opposite happens, you know what I mean? And this is what was happening with me today, because I didn't think I would bench anything due to how I haven't been consistent. But it just came out perfectly, and I was so excited that it came out, and I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. So now we can focus on other things as well, because after the 135s I was like, I'm done. There's no need for me to ego lift today. We'll do that next week when we get to the 140s, because next week 100% sure I'll be ready for it, and I'll be eating as well properly for it. And you know what I mean? So I don't know, like it's just so fantastic, like how your body works. Like it knows exactly what you're gonna do and all of that. But after that 135, I just decided to go and do like 100 kgs. Like I said, I want to get my motor functions to get back to being used, like to get used to like benching heavy again. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't get necessarily nervous when I bench or when I go like on a heavy weight, whether it's on the squat rack or if I'm benching or if I'm deadlifting. I don't I don't get nervous, but for some reason today I was, because at the back of my mind I was like, I haven't been eating good. I haven't been consistent. I haven't been doing all the necessary steps or all the necessary things that I needed to do so that I can get a bigger bench, or maybe I can still bench the amount of weight that I used to bench prior to today. But the fact that I still did it, it gave me so much pride in myself, and so much like I did it type of an attitude. So yeah, man. And after the 1 kgs, I'm sorry, after the 100 kgs, I decided to, go for the 80s and just like rep out like like I'm fatigued and I'm tired, but I don't know. I still have like uh some hypertrophic strength, if you will, for like I just want to burn out like the bench, just be done with it. And this is like an incredible way to end it. So I just kind of like took out the bar and I did as many reps as I possibly can so that I can just like be done with it, in a proper way, bro, in a proper way, not this, oh, but I've lifted heavy. There's no need for me to do anymore. But yeah, so this is where I trade, right? I moved here like about 2 months ago, nah. So now this gym is one of the coolest gym in PTA, right? And the owner actually is a qualified bodybuilder, professional one at that. You can see at the many accolades that he has, you know what I mean? And he's a cool dude too. Like he's one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life. So if ever you are around PTA or Centurion, just be sure to come this side and we will accommodate you, bro. We will make sure that you're well taken care of. And I just love it. You know what I mean? Like it's so full of motivation, and the people here as well, like they are so cool, they're so kind, they're so they're so chilled, basically. They're cool people. Maybe this is just me. Maybe this is just me, but whenever I'm at the dumbbell rack, nah, like I'm always contemplating which weight am I gonna do today? Like who's going to get lifted today? You know what I mean? But yeah, and honestly, I I'm not really like an outgoing person. I'm not really like a social butterfly. You know what I mean? I'm not a social person at all. But the gym kind of gave me like this thing where like I'm able to communicate with people. Even though people don't necessarily talk to me, but they understand the type of a person that I am. They just like come to me and they talk. Like that's one thing I love about the gym community. Like we don't judge people or whatever the case may be. We just like, hey, what are you doing today? I'm doing chest. Really, I'm doing legs, and that's it. You know what I mean? And the gym has been a therapy for me. Do you know what I mean? The gym has been there for me all of the time. So I appreciate what it has for me. It's like, because for me to start working out, the doctors told me to start exercising, right? And I started running, and that got old way too quick. You know what I mean? So in a sense, the gym gave me a certain purpose. You know what I mean? Actually, I think the purpose of the gym found me. You know what I mean? Because I was so stressed when the doctors like gave me like the diagnosis, and I was like, what? And I couldn't believe that I wouldn't get to where I am. Literally, I was like, I cannot do that. But that's the thing about life. You know what I mean? The things that make you the weakest are actually like the things that make you like the strongest. And I fought with myself for a long time to believe that. But then now that I'm here, it's kind of like, man, who would have thought? Not me. You know what I mean? But so, like the gym, how you are in the gym is literally one thing that helps you you know, to stay grounded. Because without the gym, bro, I wouldn't be where I am. And the thing about it is that how your character is in the gym, it actually translates to every other areas of your life. Like my professional and my personal relationships have never been so great because of the gym. And right now, we live in a world where there's so much BS, bruh. You know what I mean? Like people don't understand what they need to do, what they have to do, or whatever, because they're listening to people define their dreams for themselves. You know what I mean? But one thing I've learned is that for you to enjoy your life and for you to find purpose in whatever you do, in whatever it is that you want to do as well, is to fulfill your dreams that you wanted to do as a kid. Whether it's from singing, dancing, painting, or whatever, you need to do it as an adult, because now as an adult you have the authority and you have like the opportunity to do that. And for me, it's making music. You know what I mean? And I'll actually put like my EP down in the description. But what I'm saying is, you need to fulfill your dreams, the dreams that you had as a kid, right? Because when you see other people like accomplishing their dreams and their potential coming into fruition and yours is not, you will be so much jealous. That's literally like how jealousy is born, because you see other people like living their dreams and you're not living yours. And of course, I understand it's not easy to like chase your dreams due to financial constraints, or whether it's physical, whether it's mental, emotional, whatever the case may be. But you need to put everything aside and just like do it, because it feels good to do what you love, and it just fills you with this certain level of satisfaction. And one thing I'm learning now as an adult, or one thing I'm realizing now clearly or fully, is that your life or anybody's life does not move in a linear progression. Do you know what I mean? Your life is kind of like a spiral. It's kind of like a circle. Like, you will always go back to the thing that broke you, or the thing that made you to be who you are today. But you're going to do that, or you're going to revisit, or you're going to go back to that time with a different set of eyes. You know what I mean? Because I can see it with myself. Like, I'm always constantly going back to the thing that broke me or that hurt me or whatever the case may be. But now I have a different perspective towards it. Now I have a different, you know, definition of it all. And that's due to growth and all that type of stuff. And honestly, one thing that you need to, well, one thing that I've learned as well is this thing of people saying, well, I'm doing this for my mom, I'm doing this for my dad, I'm doing this for my sister. But honestly, everything that you do in your life is for your sake. Because when you look at the grand scheme of things, all you have is yourself, you know? Like, literally, like, all you have is yourself. So find a way to make yourself happy. Find a way to fulfill your dreams that you had as a kid. Because bro, I promise you, there's no greater feeling in the world than doing the things that you always wanted to do as a kid. Become the adult that you wanted to be as a kid. You know what I mean? Because I look at myself now, and like, a lot of things hurt me as a kid, and I couldn't like do the things that I wanted to do as a kid, because there was so much going on at the time. My childhood wasn't the brightest or the nicest, which is why now I'm healing like those parts as I was as a kid. Because a lot of people don't understand this, is that if you don't heal the parts that you were as a kid, you're always going to get hurt. You're actually hurting yourself. And even the expectations that you have from people, when people like accidentally hurt you, you think they did it on purpose when they didn't. So you have to be in a place where like you heal yourself. And by doing that is by revisiting those moments and those experiences, like, literally, that's how you heal. So I think it's one of those things that you just have to go through. And also, I think people take this life thing way too seriously. Just live your life and just like try to grow through whatever it is that you're going through, because I promise you, you are always going to be okay. Like, always. But that's enough rambling for today, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Whether for tuning in, and if you subscribed as well, thanks. And I'll see you guys on the next one very soon. Cheers.